Okay, so this tutorial is going to teach you how to use Wix, which is the website that we will use to create your website. So quite simply, the first thing you'll need to do is obviously go to wix.com, and then it will bring you to a website that looks something like this. What you will need to do is log in, and it works alongside Google quite well. So if you're logged into Google, which you should all have from your Blogger accounts, you click on Continue with Google, and then it will ask you to choose your account. Once it's logged you in, as you can see, it will ask you a series of questions about who you're creating the website for. You can just say, for myself, for this, and then just go through and answer some of the questions. Now, this here allows you to either talk with an AI robot or to set up your website without chat. I would like if you start it, if you ignore this one here, so not to chat, and instead you'll start set it up without chat. This will allow you actually to meet the brief requirements more seamlessly, and it will also allow you to have more creative control over your website design. So please do set up without chat. And then once you click on that option there, it will then ask you if you want to create a specific type of website. So something that might help you is if you type in the word film release, it will come up with various different options for you to create your website. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are a plethora of options there. I'm just going to go here with film release. There are, as I say, plenty others. There might be something that stands out to you a little bit more. Film launch, fan websites, but I will go with film release. So I click on that, and then it will prepare the dashboard for me, and it will try and link it to something that it knows that I would like to produce. Okay, so all of these options you're going to skip other than the name of the website. So you might want to call it your name. For the purposes of this brief, I will call it Bionic Attack. Continue. And then I'm just going to skip this page here. The next page allows you to start to think about possible apps that you might want. But again, because you're going to make it completely yourself, you can just skip through these and then continue to the dashboard. Once you have continued to the dashboard, it will then allow you to start to design your website. So what you will need to do, obviously, is click on Design Site in the top right-hand corner, and that will take you to your dedicated design page. Now, I really do also urge you here to ignore this section that says Create using AI, so to generate the design using AI, and instead you're going to customize a template. If you pick on that template there, it will take you to a page that allows you to consider possible website creations. Okay, so there might be nothing up there that particularly takes your fancy. You may wish to go through to page 2. You may also wish to type in sci-fi, and it will come up with possible sci-fi templates for you. If you type that in, as you can see, this one here has been used previously by students. There are so many other templates that you can choose, but I'm going to stick with this one here. Now, I know that it does have an image there, it has lots of text, but obviously you will be able to have complete creative control over the design of your website. Because it's movie based, I am going to click that. Of course, if you want to, you can also write in the word movie, and there might be something else that you choose. If you don't want to use a template and you want to completely have that creative control, obviously you can pick on this template here that is blank, and it will have a completely blank space for you to use and start building. Okay, so this is the website template that I'm going to start off with. And once it loads, you'll be able to see all the different features that you will be able to use. Okay, so this here, again, will pop up with enhance your AI content. I'm also going to skip that for now because I just want to go through some of the different aspects of the website with you. The first thing here is this section here will be the bread and butter of your navigation. And it's really important that you are confident with how to use this manage page section. So the left-hand corner there's the drop down. The manage pages here identifies how the pages have been set up through the navigation. You'll obviously need to make sure that your tabs at the top link to the wireframes that you have created. Obviously here I can see watch trailer. Watch trailer is part of the homepage. So it's not its own dedicated tab, it's actually part of the homepage. So I can see that through my navigation here. I've got my homepage with a little home icon, and this here is what's called an anchor. And I will go through and show you how you add anchors, how you remove anchors, and how you link it to particular pages. The first thing you'll need to make sure, if you use a template, is that you rename the tabs that are in line with your wireframes. It's really simple to do. You click on the 3 buttons on the right hand side and then you just click the word that says rename there. If you want to change a different page to become your home page, and actually you want your home page to show the crew, then you click on the 3 dots there and then you click on this tab here that says set as homepage. You can still rename it to say home, but you just know that that's the content that you actually want on the homepage to save you from having to recreate an entire page from scratch. Once you've made all of your pages, and again it's super easy to do, you add page. You might want to see whether the pages all link together from a user point of view. So I'm going to preview. Now in the preview stage, sometimes it takes a little bit of time because obviously there's a lot of content to load. This is my homepage. The watch trailer, as you see, will anchor, it will jump within the homepage so that I can watch the trailer. But the about, the crew, screenings, press and contact are separate tabs. So if I click on about, it will direct me to a completely different page. If I click on crew, again, it will take me to a completely different page. So just make sure that when you are editing those pages and the navigation, that everything makes sense. Once you've decided how to manage your pages, you navigate through each tab just like you would do on Blogger. Almost treat this as your blog account. This is unit 321, this is unit 409. And if you click on about, then the page will load so that you can start to edit the about section within your website, okay? Now, as I said before, on home, I had what was called an anchor. So if I scroll down, that was the watch trailer section within the home page. This here, if you can see, it has a little anchor, like a little boat anchor icon. So I know that within the home page, I've got that as an anchor section. The left-hand side here has absolutely everything you could possibly need to help create the website, edit it, add in text, add in images, add in all of those interactive features. The plus here, the elements. There are hundreds, quite literally hundreds and hundreds of different possible design features that you might want to add within the website. So as I said before, I wanted to know how to add that trailer section as an anchor within a page. Quite simply, you go to this up here, which was your elements. You navigate down to menu and anchor, and then you add the in-page navigation. Now, I'm just going to pick something that already exists. So let us pick, let's just go for that. So I add that in. I anchor the name so that it's a particular name. So it could be trailer, it could be Twitter, it could be script writers. You type in what you need and then you link it to the actual section that you want within the website. Now, I've already got an anchor, so I don't want to confuse it by adding another one. So I'm just going to undo what I did there. But let's pretend that I've added in the trailer section as an anchor. But it will automatically anchor to whatever section you want within your website. I can also help one-to-one a little bit more to add those in. The other features, so because this is already a template, quite simply I can just highlight text, I can edit, and I can type whatever it is that I want within here. It has the usual formatting options of bold, italics, underline. I can add in effects. I can work out the character and the spacing. I can change the color. So that's all there for you. If you don't like the image, you can just delete it with a backspace. Again, if you've done something that you've deleted something that you didn't want to, Command Z, Control Z, or the back arrow there works just as you would expect it to. And you can make things bigger and make things smaller. So that's all pretty intuitive. The same with text in headings. You can do the exact same, edit your text. You might want to link it to something. So if you wanted this to become a hyperlink, if you link it, you can find a web address. You can do google.com. You can also add the text and then anchor it. So that would become its own section as an anchor, as I just showed you. You can also add a number, so when you click on it, it rings out. An email, you click on it, it opens up an email box. So there's tons and tons that you can do here. I want to open it up into a new window rather than replace the page. Click done, and then it will underline it for me. Then if I preview that, I've now got the hand here that shows me that I have obviously made that a hyperlink. And now I've opened it up into Google. So making hyperlinks is super, super easy. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that you do that on a heading, but that's just an example. There's one here with watch the trailer that's already existing, but it hasn't been linked up to a www as such. Instead, it's gone to the anchor. Okay. Now, as I just said, it anchored to the text. So if you click on that and you click on link, link lets me, as I've just shown you, attach a web address or of course consider an email, but that took me directly lower within that web page to the section or the anchor. So I want it on the home page and I want it to anchor to the trailer. So everything talks to one another. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of practice for you to get to grips with how exactly you want to design the web pages, how you're going to make it interactive, how you're going to edit all your text. But if you do use a template, it will make things a little bit easier. Something that you will need to do is add in a PDF of your comic, which is super, super easy. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add a PDF to this particular page. On the left-hand side, if I go to add elements, and then I come down to embed code. If I scroll through embed code, at the very top, I've got custom elements, use HTML or embed a website. Actually, what I do want is just to keep coming down further to PDF viewer. If I add one of those to my website, this page will load and it will allow me to upload a PDF. So at the moment, this is something that's sort of just given to me as a bog standard. If I upload the PDF and you attach the file, and what I will do is I will upload media and I'm going to drag and drop it. Of course, you can upload it from your computer, but I'm going to drag and drop. And there we are. That is the PDF that I would like to load, and then I add to page. Again, if I preview that, then it will add it as a PDF that I can flick through. Now, obviously your comics will be on a dedicated page. I've just sort of shoved this into the top right hand corner, but you would be expected to make sure that you add it as a complete page. There is the option to make sure that it is downloadable as well. So I've come back into my edit page, my PDF is there, but it's just being a little bit laggy at the moment. So if you didn't want to show it as a PDF sort of page by page, and instead you wanted to add in a button so that it was downloadable, if you go back to your elements and then you go to button on the left hand corner here, what you can do is attach Word documents, Excel spreadsheets and so on and so forth. I want this to be a PDF document, and there are 3 possible icons there that tell me that it's a PDF. I've got the one that's in black and white, I've got the one that's in colour, and then I've just got the logo. So actually what I want to do is I want to add a PDF there. Now, because I've already added in the PDF into Wix, it's worked out that it's already got a PDF there. So I'm just going to also add that. Otherwise, you can just upload the media. So add to the page, and there we are, that's my PDF. Now, if I wanted to, I could just make sure that that says something like download me or read me. So let's say that I want that here. I'm just going to move that across here. This still isn't loading, it's not very happy with me. I'm just going to leave that as white for now. I'm not going to edit that in any way. If I preview it, just to make sure that it has worked, if my mouse should hover over the PDF, and it should look like a hand because it is directly editable, directly linkable, so it's hyperlinked. Once I click on that, it will open it up in a new tab, and that is as easy as it is to download the PDF. Another area to discuss is obviously editing the content within a page. So once you've created a template, as I've said before, it will add in a lot of the possible templates within each web page. For example, images, text, subtext, body copy. But obviously you would want to edit that so that it links directly to your product. So once you're in a page, you can delete what's already there. Quite simply backspace. If you want to undo it, you can. You can also change the image so that it will just replace it with that dimension. And you can also work on the other design. You can give things borders, you can add filters. If, for example, you do not like what's already existing on that page, and I'm not going to delete everything, what I will do is just delete a section of it. Don't forget that on the left-hand side, this is everything that you will need to help with the design. So if you want to add a section, Wix is really good at being quite intuitive to what it is that you might possibly want within a website. So on the left-hand side, this would obviously be suitable for a home page. This would be suitable for an About Us page, a gallery, the team, and so on and so forth. And if you like something that exists, as it says there, choose a section and drop it anywhere on the page. So you can drag and you can drop. And underneath that is what was already there, but it's now moved a little bit lower. So you can just move things up if you need to. If you don't want that at all, you can just delete what currently exists and replace it. So you don't want the template that already exists, and actually instead you want something else. And then again, you can just work through this and edit it however it is that you want. These sections also include promotional content, services, existing contact us sections, so that it has it all there for you. So you just drag and you drop. This one works quite nicely because it has an interactive slide share. So you may wish to drag and drop that. And again, then you would need to edit all the content. But all of the templates are there for you so that you don't have to worry about making everything from scratch. Okay, so say for example you wanted to make a new page. So let's say we want to make something that's merchandise related. So I'm going to add the page. And here tells me that it's already got possible templates that I might want to use. Now actually, because I'm going to create something that's merchandise related, I'm going to click on this here that says store. Then store, it's going to say, do you want to add an online store? And I'll say, yes, I would like to add the online store. Okay, so it's added the store, and in the top right hand corner, it's also added that extra tab there for me, because obviously my last page was contact, but now I'm adding on a shop. Now you will need to edit through your shop. Okay, so at the moment, it's going to add in a load of text for you, and you might not want all of the text that it has. So it will place things, place text here for you. So you just click on it as you would normally do, and then you can start to edit the text. You can also manage products, etc. So this currently has quite a lot of different merchandise options, and for ease, I would probably suggest that you want to cut some of these down. So you want to go to manage products at that little hyperlink there. Once you manage the products, this page will open up. And what you want to tell the website to do is limit the amount of products that are available for the user to purchase. So again, for ease, I'm just going to pick 4 products. So because of that, I'll keep 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will delete Okay, so what you then need to do is you need to edit each item. So you go here and you go to edit product. Now edit product allows me to change the image. It also allows me to consider the information, the description, and the pricing. So say for example, I wanted to create a particular mug. So for this, I'm just going to call it mug. You can, of course, make it bold. You can change the colour. You can do whatever it is that you want. You might also want to add on a ribbon. That's quite a nice idea, where you can say new arrival or whatever it is that you want to write. You can generate AI text. I'll leave that to you. Product information, returns, shipping info. You will need to write this out once, and then you can just copy and paste what it is that you've written so that it makes sense across all. That's quite pricey for a mug. So actually I'm going to make it £15. I'm going to say it's on sale, and there is a 10% discount. If you want to talk about the inventory and shipping, you can do. Otherwise, you can save what you've done there. Now, obviously, you will need to make sure that then you produce a mug that shows, you know, the name of the magazine, the name of the film, or whatever it is that you're promoting. Quite simply, you go to this icon there, and then you can add in the image that you want. Okay. So if I cancel that, you can also remove all images and start from scratch, and then you can add. It's probably best to delete the ones that exist and then add something in that you like. So if you want to add, you can just upload your media. You can upload it from your computer. You can upload it from all of these places. Let's just imagine that I have uploaded an image. Okay, then you need to save it. And once it's saved, all of the information that you've added in will save. So let's close this, and then let's preview this page. And then this is the page that I've just edited. So as you can see, I've removed all of the other products. This is the one that I had started to edit. Currently, obviously doesn't have an image, but if I click on it, it will have the information about the item that I've given. So obviously, as I said before, product info, return and shipping, it's just got standard text there. You can add that quite easily. It's got the price, got the quantity. I add to cart and it automatically adds to my cart. Don't know if you saw there. If I just close this down in a second, this will open up for me. If I view my cart, it's got number 1 there. Okay, but I can also go back through the other tabs. I do just want to go through lots of other features that are available within the website, within the website creator, I should say. So if you're in the element section, if you wanted to add social media, quite simply, you scroll through add elements, you come down to social, and then you click on the style of the social media icon that you want, whether you want it in color format, grey, black, with a circle, without a circle. Of course, you can also edit those further, but quite simply, you drag and you drop it onto the page, and then you would have to set the social links yourself. For the purposes of this coursework, just the home page is more than sufficient, but that's quite easy to do in terms of the elements. You've also got payment options, if there was anything that you needed to do for payment options. Just going through some of the other options that we've got here. Text, if you wanted to add text, again, you pick the text you like, you drag and you drop it. Obviously, you can change the colour and you can change the font, but this here allows you to identify, okay, if I want a heading, then it will automatically make it a bigger text size for me, and so on and so forth. Images, again, if you just wanted to add in an image, you just scroll down there, you click on the image option, and then it will allow you to add it from the computer. Rather than going through the option of just editing it within the page that already exists and the templates. Buttons, also a very useful tool if you would like to have a button that hyperlinks and takes you somewhere. You would need to link it up, but again, super easy to do. There are strips here. The strips are just a nice little decorative aspect if you wanted it. If you wanted something that's a bit more classic, that is more photo based, again, you can just drag and then you drop it onto your page. There's lots of decorative options if you wanted to make something a little bit more stylized. Boxes, which also help with style. Gallery, I've mentioned before. And then just going through, you've got lots and lots of other options that allow you to make your website interactive and usable and also engaging. There's also options to add in videos directly from YouTube. All you would need to do is obviously click on YouTube, drag it in, and then add in the URL. That would work well if you wanted a trailer of some form. Obviously you won't need restaurants, but it is there. And then there is also the community option as well if you wanted to add in something for, you know, a dedicated area for your members list. The other thing that you should really take advantage of is the search option in the top right hand corner over here. So if you're really struggling with something and you want to know how to add a particular element into your website, if you just type in the word, for example, text, it will come up and it will be quite intuitive and it will work out, okay, do you want to add this to your site, or do you want to add in as a particular live app? In this sense, I just want to add in some text. And as you can see, if I just take my mouse off a second, I've typed in the word text and I've hovered over here. And then on the left-hand side, it has taken me to the element itself so that I can work out exactly how to add in the paragraphs or the titles or whatever it is that I might want. There is the option to go to the app market. Sometimes it can be a little bit clunky, so you could try it. It might work better at home rather than in school setting, but absolutely, by all means, do try and see if that allows you to add in any particular apps. Now, there really is a huge amount to take advantage of within Wix. Don't be alarmed by all the different buttons and the links and the images. There is so much that it has the ability to allow you to do. As I said before, you could also add in an online chat system. You could add in so many different interactive features, and all you really need to do is have a play around with all of these different elements. And when you actually click on something that's an element, look through what it offers you, because at the moment on this page I can only see these 3 options. There are so many different interactive features, and there's further within this section here. Video and music, again, do scroll through because there are so many different options. They're just the elements. Obviously, then you've also got the design features that allow you to add in different sections, and they will really help you so you don't have to build everything from scratch. And then obviously you've got further design options as well. If you wanted to consider your site theme, you could change the color, the text, or the background. You've also got the option to change the different page transitions, but do note that once you change the page transition, you'd have to change the transitions across each page, because at the moment this would just be for crew. So do play around with that as well. That is the tutorial. Do enjoy it. The other thing just to mention just before I leave this here is that looking at optimization, it will automatically optimize it to a smartphone for you. So when you do a later task, it will have it there already optimized, and that's that particular page. I'll just say skip this for now. And if you wanted to, you could, and you probably will need to, then change sizings a little bit so that it suits a smartphone. Something that you will need to do is add in a PDF of your comic, which is super easy. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add a PDF to this particular page. On the left hand side, if I go to add elements and then I come down to embed code, if I scroll through embed code, at the very top I've got custom elements, use HTML or embed a website. Actually, what I do want is just to keep coming down further to PDF viewer. If I add one of those to my website, this page will load. And it will allow me to upload a PDF. So at the moment, this is something that's sort of just given to me as a bog standard. If I upload the PDF and you attach the file, and what I will do is I will upload media, and I'm going to drag and drop it. Of course, you can upload it from your computer, but I'm going to drag and drop. And there we are. That is the PDF that I would like to load, and then I add to page. Now, adding it like this, and I'll just make it a little bit smaller. Again, if I preview that, then it will add it as a PDF that I can flick through. Now, obviously, your comics will be on a dedicated page. I've just sort of shoved this into the top right-hand corner, but you would be expected to make sure that you add it as a complete page. There is the option to make sure that it is downloadable as well. So I've come back into my edit page. My PDF is there, but it's just being a little bit laggy at the moment. So if you didn't want to show it as a PDF sort of page by page, and instead you wanted to add in a button so that it was downloadable, if you go back to your elements and then you go to button on the left-hand corner here, what you can do is attach Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, and so on and so forth. I want this to be a PDF document, and there are 3 possible icons there that tell me that it's a PDF. I've got the one that's in black and white, I've got the one that's in colour, and then I've just got the logo. So actually what I want to do is I want to add a PDF there. Now, because I've already added in the PDF into Wix, it's worked out that it's, it's already got a PDF there. So I'm just going to also add that. Otherwise, you can just upload the media. So add to the page, and there we are, that's my PDF. Now, if I wanted to, I could just make sure that that says something like download me or read me. So let's say that I want that here. I'm just going to move that across here. This still isn't loading, it's not very happy with me. I'm just going to leave that as white for now. I'm not going to edit that in any way. If I preview it, just to make sure that it has worked, if my mouse should hover over the PDF, and it should look like a hand because it is directly editable, directly linkable, so it's hyperlinked. Once I click on that, it will open it up in a new tab, and that is as easy as it is to download the PDF.